Hi everyone, welcome to the Simply Driving YouTube channel. My name is Andre, I'm the one behind it, in case you're some sort of authority. In that case, the guy that's usually driving the cars on the channel is a small kid from Senegal, albino one, I don't even know his name. So, in case you don't know me and you're from a foreign country, my name is Andre, I'm a Portuguese car YouTuber. I have a Portuguese car channel called Andre Garage. So the name is English, but it's in Portuguese. So in case you speak Portuguese and you're finding out about this channel here on Simply Driving, go have a look. In case you don't, and if you need me to speak in English for you to understand it, hi, welcome to the Simply Driving channel. So just to put things into perspective, in the last year or so, I've been traveling quite a bit, more specifically to the Nürburgring. I've been there 3 times in the last year to create content for my Portuguese channel, and seeing the environment, seeing everything, I thought that I was losing something in only creating content in Portuguese. So here I am giving it a try. Please don't make fun of my accent. Felt like it's time to go English, and I've been thinking the last few months, like, I'm gonna start with the M392 video, the obnoxiously loud one that is almost reaching 1 million views here on the Simply Driving channel. And after that I decided, no, I'm gonna start with my Lotus, but my Lotus had a couple of squeakers and noises, so I was waiting for the car to get ready. Then I started thinking again, well, I might as well start with the M392, so today I was just at home and I was like, no, this is time. And it's a Lotus, it's supposed to make noises. And there's not a lot of content being covered on YouTube with Lotus. I've been a fan of YouTube for years. I've been following the Stradman, Sinterglass, Shmi150, Mr. JWW, Misha, everyone. Not a lot of people cover Lotus content. The Stradman, in the early beginnings, had an Elise R, just like this one, or similar to this one. And Seb Delaney had the Club Racer one, the Series 3. And after that he had an Exige. Might as well start my YouTube journey in English with my Lotus. And this model in particular is the Lotus Elise R Sports Racer Edition. And I'm here more to talk about the car, and I don't even, this is not supposed to sound like a review, and I just want to hop in and drive it. This is basically a fully loaded options Elise R. The Elise Sports Racer in particular had this as standard, the lightweight forged alloy wheels. The wheels for me are one of the most interesting perks because they save up to 1.2 kilograms per wheel, which in unsprung mass is, it makes quite a lot of difference. There were made 199 models of this car. Well, and if you look at it, they all came standard with this color, either blue with the 2 stripes or red with 1 fat stripe at the center. But if you look at it, it's like maybe a baby Dodge Viper, a Ford GT40 from Wish. Yeah, you can make tons of jokes with it. It looks like a toy car, and it is a toy car, and that's the funny thing. Other differences that you might notice from the Elise Sports Racer Edition, they came with the hardtop. You have the option of the new Pro back seats, so they were revised. I have no idea how the first ones were, but if these are the revised ones, and I read at Evo UK magazine that they were much better. If this is the better seat, the first edition of the seat, the first version of the seat must have been a piece of crap, because these bucket seats are quite harsh on us, to be fair. So the Elise, you have the Elise logo on the seat with blue, matching the paint. In the red car you have that in red. And if we look underneath the seat, we see a revised pedal box. The throttle came closer to the, fuck my hand. We have a revised pedal box with the throttle and the brake pedal supposedly closer to each other to make heel and toe easier, and the throttle himself became electronical instead of wire. We have a 6-speed manual gearbox, which is a delicious gearbox. It's a Japanese one. But we can talk more about it on the drive itself. Steering wheel, no airbag. I thought it had one, but it clearly doesn't have. This is the buttons from the windows come from the first Opel or Vauxhall, it depends where you are, Corsa, and the indicators come from the 2nd generation of the Corsa. Also, to end up here inside the car, you can see, this is really a small car. So just to end up here inside the car, you can see an image. It's a sticker, I believe. I will not try to remove it because everything in this car seems to fall apart. And this button that looks extremely cheap is actually the Lotus traction control. And I've read online on a couple of magazines that the Lotus was supposed to come with a limited slip differential, a Torsen one. and that one could not be specified without the Lotus traction control. And actually I've lifted my car up already, and I spinned one wheel and the other one was just sitting still. No limited slip differential for me, unfortunately. Here up front you can see the 2-pot brake calipers from Lotus, but they actually developed by AP Racing. You can see it from the inside. I'll not be able to show it to you guys now. 288mm discs at the front, 288 at the back, and behind the wheel, not sure if there's any chance for me to show it to you, but we have Bilstein dampers with IVAC springs, and it came standard like that from Lotus. So let's just hop inside. Well, this is my first attempt at making an English video, so I'm getting kind of nervous. So I'll just hop in and drive, which is the best for me when I'm nervous, is to drive. Just to put you guys into perspective, I've owned a VW Golf R, the Mark 7, the facelift. I've had Nissan 370Z on KW coilovers, full strong flex bushes in the car. I have a BMW M3 46 with Bilstein PSS 10, B16 coilovers, BMW performance brakes. But this one is by far the best car that I ever owned. I have owned the Mini John Cooper Works as well. And I've driven a couple of cool cars. Unfortunately, you guys probably don't speak Portuguese, but you can check up my channel. I've driven the best cars of the industry. I've driven the 992 GT3, I've driven Ferraris, Lamborghinis, I've driven a custom race tech, which is, for you guys that don't know, maybe you might know Tim Shermer, so it's the same sort of car on M3 92, a full-on custom race tech build. I've driven super cool cars, McLaren Mercedes SLR, which is an hypercar from the 2000s, and the Lotus is by far probably one of the best, or the best car that I've ever driven. And I sincerely tell you guys that I call this car the king of back roads. I've been going out a couple of nights with friends, and besides the 992 GT3, which is a proper race car for the road, not a single car came close to this one. Maybe probably just a VW Polo WRC from a friend of mine, which is a full-on track tool built as well. Came close to the car, the rest of it just falls in behind. Let's have some fun, let's hop in the Lotus. So this is by far the worst car I've ever had to get in and out. This is the car by far that I've ever had that has a terrible key. For sure a key that you cannot flex at the restaurant. Let's close the windows. I have no idea how this is possible. I just removed the radio. Magic. It's the first time I have a sports car with no power steering. Makes no difference at all. I just like to go out and drive. So to be fair, everything terrible that the Lotus has, because it seems like everything is falling apart. There's humidity building up in the right hand side indicator at the front. There's some squeaks from the back, but there's some squeaks from the front. There's some rattling here from the chassis connected to the AC. If I turn on the AC, sometimes it makes some sort of interference with the radio, but I don't even want to listen to the radio. Everything that makes this car a piece of crap that everyone complains and doesn't annoy me at all. And if you're in a mood to get a Lotus, then nothing should annoy you. It's like driving a kart. Everything is so small, super tighty. The pedal placement is fantastic. If you know how to wheel and tow, it's fantastic. If you don't know, buy a car with auto blip. This is not this is like a gravel road, not asphalt, and you drive at 10 kilometers per hour, otherwise it's just unbearable. I'll relax myself because it's hard to think in Can you still listen to me? Because it's hard to think in Portuguese, translating to English, and maybe thinking, what should I have been saying now? But the Lotus is a fantastic car to drive, and I'm really happy and glad that I've made the decision to buy one. And I've been curious about it since the time Stradman had his one, and Seb Delaney bought his Elise Club Racer. After that he bought that amazing Exige. I was like always, I need to have a Lotus someday, and it's spectacular. It's a true driver's car. You lose a lot of front end grip sometimes accelerating. It has the normal behavior of a mid-engine sports car. I've driven a couple Caymans, a couple Boxsters. It's similar to them, but the car is a bit more aggressive, probably due to the system actually not having no system at all of power steering. Also, the car has tons of lift-off oversteer, tons of lift-off oversteer. Now you need to hear the rattle for sure. If I turn on the AC, it will probably shut up, and after that it will begin again. So I'll turn the AC off and it's sorted out. And even going slow, the car is fun. So I think it's time for me just to push to let you guys enjoy the driving as well. And I'll shut up and you guys enjoy a car, because you probably don't want to listen to me for so long, since it's the first time you're even seeing me probably. Sin, well, subscriber probably. So let's just have fun in the Lotus. Okay. So the braking is just fantastic actually, even though it's just a 20 you can't listen to me probably, or at least properly, but let's just have fun. The car gets into the corners is fantastic. We have a bit of understeer because the front end of the car lifts off because of the weight of the engine at the back. And look at just look at the lift off oversteer. Lift up your foot, the back end just wants to spin around. Gearbox is fantastic. You need to completely ignore the rattle from the AC. Sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's better, I don't care. The steering is fantastic. See, steering is fantastic. I love the size of the steering wheel, perfectly adapts with the car. So the brakes are good as well. 2-pot calipers at the front, developed by AP Racing. Brembo brakes at the back, 1-pot. Let's see if there's no noise. Join us. The way the car just simply dives into the corners is fantastic. The way the chassis handles the weight transfers from side to side is really fantastic. And now I can really understand. I've always been a fan of Colin Chapman, and this is some sort of, everyone says that, but you know his motto, the simplify and add lightness after. But when you drive a Lotus, you really get to understand the meaning of that. You can see it on the brakes don't have any fade at all. If you can just drive the car hard, then there's not a lot of mass and not a lot of heat has been created to sustain the heat on the brakes. So if you just do a cool straightaway of cool down, the brakes will be cool. The way the suspension is set up, and you see it's not drag. I'm forgetting the specific word in English. I just want to drive fast to the other side, and then we'll wrap up the video. be a terrible and horrible mistake, but I get nervous behind the camera, even though I've been a YouTuber for the last like 2 years. So hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you soon on the next video. Subscribe. Bye.